Good morning, my dear friends and colleagues. And I think we all enjoyed seeing each other, at least on the screen. Today, we would like to celebrate the end of the year and the coming festivities. For those who celebrate Christmas, it is Christmas. For the others, it's something else. And then we will start happily and especially with optimism into the new year. We all have heard that a new mutation of the virus is about to reach also the continent. So we need to be very, very careful. This way of communication is a very safe one, and that is good. But be really take attention that you meet as few people as possible, that you communicate with your families, with your friends, with your colleagues, by phone, by video, etc., and avoid as much as it is possible personal contacts, because the virus is only waiting for that. So let's start. I hope that Lenova is here. Hey, and Dana will take over and give the floor to everybody to talk to us in no more than 3 minutes. That's really the maximum.
Two.
About how you expect Christmas and the Christmas time to be for you, how you will celebrate it, what you have prepared, with whom you are going to communicate, and what you are going to communicate with the others. And we are very curious to hear your stories, one after the other, very personal stories, I expect. And now, Dana, please take over and moderate the following part. Thank you.
So good morning, everybody. I am only checking up on you that your glass with wine is ready for toasting. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah. So I don't know if I can give to everyone 3 minutes, maybe 2.5, because we got many more participants after I sent you the list. So it means that we are now close to 30, if I am not mistaken. So I will start in alphabetic order, and I would like to give a floor to Arlette van Assel from Belgium. Monique, is she with us?
Wait a minute, Arlette.
Arlette van Assel from Belgium.
I have it unmuted now.
Yeah, she's okay, fine.
Yeah?
Yeah,
good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
So here in Belgium, it's not so good. We have more and more people who have COVID. And we have now, it's a small country, and we have now more than 80,000 people who died from COVID. So the measures are very strict, and we can celebrate Christmas, but only with 2 people. We can invite 2 people. So for us, we have 2 daughters. We can't ask them to come to us and celebrate with our whole family. We must separate it. And when we go outside, we can have 4 people. So when we are in a garden or in open lucht, like we said, that we can celebrate that. For people who are alone, it is very, very difficult, because in nursing homes, they can only invite 1 child or a friend in 1 week. And when people live alone, they can invite to cuddle contacts. We call it knuffelcontacten, cuddle contacts. So I think for a lot of people who are alone, it's not so good to the next coming weeks. So
thank you, Arlette. So I would like to give a floor to Miloš Weiss from the Czech Republic. Miloš, we can't hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you for my possibility to speak. And first of all, I want to follow the wish of Monique not to speak about COVID. So please, when I think of my childhood, I have to remember the Christmas tradition of lead casting. My mother and father performed this event regularly on Christmas Eve, and my brother and I watched in amazement what was born in the water. Honestly, I didn't understand what to see, but it was beautiful. I later read that lead casting is a Celtic custom. It was not possible to buy lead during the wars. It is even a problem today, but it can be bought in fishing tackle shops. I like memories of this moment, but I remember far more when we sang Christmas carols. I am sure that everyone likes to sing carols at home, so I want to offer my contribution and invite you to sing the most famous one, Silent Night. Those who want to sing must unmute their computers. It is the unique opportunity to hear the EURAG choir. So please, you can
Miloš,
join me.
can't you contact us at the end?
No, I will finish. And you can start sing with me. Silent night. All is calm, all is bright, round young sleep Le français. Oh, douce nuit, oh, cette nuit, tout est calme, plus de bruit, c'est nuit, là dans le ciel, une étoile d'hiver, brille au loin sur le
enough.
So, thank you, choir. Yeah,
nur das Traum der heiligen Nacht, wo der Knabe im lockigen Haar schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe, schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe. So it was my contribution.
Thank you, Miloš. Now it is my turn. So because the Miloš,
cannot stay more with you because I have the other duties. I was really very glad that I saw you all, and I only want to wish you very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, maybe happier than this year. Happy New Year 21, and I believe to meet you very soon somewhere face to face. So goodbye, my dear friends.
Thank you, Miloš. Goodbye. And so Miro said, don't talk about COVID, but the topic of our meeting today was EURAG community celebrates Christmas together in Corona time and how you solve the social distancing in Corona times. And I have, you know, an encouraging news, because in our nursing homes in the Czech Republic, now everyone can go home for...
Taip, aš viską matau, viską girdžiu.
Oh yeah, you have to turn off. Manefa. Oh no. Can't you
Ne, dabar žiūriu, dabar
Can't you mute her?
Christmas giesmės ir viskas tikrai dabar.
Mute Manefa, please.
Manefa, išjungkit telefoną, mes visi girdim jūs.
Who is talking?
No, Manefa, you have to turn off yourself all the time and turn on only when...
Now everybody is mute. Wait a minute. Now everybody is mute, and Dana, you have to unmute yourself. I muted everybody. So Dana, wait a minute.
I see. Oh, you couldn't hear me. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So, all right. So I am going back to our topic that we are celebrating Christmas together in Corona times, and we have somehow to solve the dilemma of Christmas customs and social distancing. So I have a good, encouraging news that in the Czech Republic nowadays, people from nursing homes can get visitors anytime, and they can go home anytime. And it is because we have these antigen tests. And when they come back to the nursing home, they just go through the test. And if anyone comes to visit them, they make the test, they take the test, and within 15 minutes, they know if they are negative or positive. So it somehow simplified and the situation, and it makes it much more pleasant for people in nursing homes. So I think that it is for me, and now I would move to Peter Hansen from Denmark.
Please, goodbye, friends, goodbye.
Hello.
Peter.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Good. Yeah, thank you. And it's a joy to take part in this meeting. It is really amazing. So many people have had the possibility, and I will start with the traditions of this time of the year. All the countries are talking about Christmas as relating to Christ, but in Denmark we are calling the time Jul, Jol, which is the old Nordic name for the time of the year when darkness turns into light on the 21st of December, when the days start going better. So we have a much older tradition, and it has throughout the years been combined, connected with the Christian traditions, but originally a Viking tradition. So, and that is, I think it's not so different from other countries. We have the Christmas tree. We have our favorite meal is roast pork or roast duck or roast turkey. And then we have a special dessert with rice porridge with whipped cream, which is, I think, probably the most secure tradition in Denmark. And so that's the traditions here. We are not so heavily restricted. We can be 10 people together, but we have just today experienced a very serious problem because the Swedes have closed any connection to Denmark because of this mutation of the virus, which means that no Dane can go to Sweden, and we have a special problem, a small island, which actually is situating much closer to Sweden. So people going from Bornholm
on the east coast of Sweden to Denmark normally go to Sweden and then take the bridge from Malmö to Copenhagen. They cannot do that now, only go by airplane. So that's a special situation, but otherwise everyone looks forward that this vaccines, that they will gradually in the new year ease our situation. So from Denmark, just all the best to all members of EURAG, and
Thank you.
hopefully you will join.
It is difficult to stop you. I don't mean generally to stop you. You could see that Milos, when he got the floor, so he took the time for 5 minutes. So I will tell him later.
I just copied Milos. Yes, that's
yes.
right.
So Paul Anker, he is the representative of Global Seniors from Denmark. So Paul?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just will add a little to what Peter said about Denmark. First of all, I like to say that we are in a very difficult situation right now, also according to the high number of hospitalized. It is the highest of any time right now. But then I would like to add a small thing to what Peter said about what we eat. He mentioned this riz à la menthe, as we call it in a French tradition. And it is a very traditional dessert in Denmark. And I think it should make us remember the times when we only had the resources to cook porridge on whole milk once a year. And that's why we still celebrate this. But in Global Seniors, we also this evening remember far fewer people in the world, young and old, have the same privilege condition as many of us here and in Europe. We must not forget that many millions on the planet that the corona has left behind in poverty and disease. And they must also have food and vaccine. And that will be a big job to advocate for this. And we must do it in all contexts. And then, of course, also greetings from Global Seniors to all of you.
Thank you.
It's nice to meet so many at one time.
Thank you so much. So now I have to solve the dilemma, because we are having Siri Jackson with, or I don't know exactly the pronunciation of her name, from Finland, but she's representing Estonia. So maybe I should give her the floor. Siri,
yes.
Are you with us?
Yes, thank you. I'm here. Can you hear me? I'm very glad that I have been invited to your meeting, and I decided to present a little bit myself and our work in Estonia and also in Finland. So yes, I'm a member of Estonian EURAG network, and personally I am an expert in cultural sensitive memory work from Society of Finnish Multicultural Memory Center. And the aim of our work in Finland is to provide people from minority ethnic groups with dementia for getting timely and accurate diagnosis in Finland. We raised awareness of the elderly from ethnic minorities about brain health, memory disorders, and also dementia. But in Estonia, since March, the NGO 65B has developed successfully a new methodology and also materials how to carry out the telephone conversation with elderlies. This development has now received more funding to become an independent online course. And there are also 3 new booklets of memory training came out, and 2 of them are translated also into Russian. And in the Nord Plus project, we are together with Lithuanians and Lithuanians, and we are developing a training program for seniors on why memory training is needed, as well as an asymmetric exercise model. Personally, in last few years in Finland, I developed also a lot of memory training material together with Estonian colleagues from NGO 65B. And these materials are translated into English, Russian, Finnish, Estonian, Somalian, Arabic, and also Chinese. So if any of you is interested, please contact me and I could share my web address. Personally, I would like to add, I became second time grandmother just a few weeks ago, so it's like miracle for us here too. So yeah, happy Christmas.
Thank you, Siri. It is a big enrichment for EURAG to have you now available, and I will discuss it with you by emails, what else we can do. Thank you. Yes. And now we are coming to France. So Monique and Francois. So who will speak first?
Okay, I'll begin, but I have to go very fast because Diana is also here, and I want to give her just to say 2 words, and Françoise also. Okay, for me, I just want to say in France, the important thing is not so linked to religion. It's just a decoration, of course, decoration with Christmas trees in the streets. And we have some political fights about that because people from other religions think it's too Christian and so on. So we have political fights about the Christmas trees, about the scene of the nativity scene that they used to have in the town hall, and now it's not allowed anymore, and so on. But as a whole, it's a way, of course, it's a very nice atmosphere because of the decoration. And a lot of people have Christmas trees. And in my case, even being a Jewish family, we had last week, we had also the Feast of Lights, and we had 8 candles to light. And in a lot of families like myself, we had this and the Christmas tree together, which makes double joy. Okay, anyhow, not more for me. I just want to say to everybody that I will send out a formula to ask you about information about your organization or about yourself, because we are trying to update the information of our members of EURAG. And so with Roland, who is not there now, but we will work together and try to update the information. So don't be surprised if I send out a formula where you will fill in either as an individual member or as an organization. Okay, I give the floor to Diana or Françoise, whoever wants to speak.
François?
Diana, Françoise.
Oh, Diana. Yeah, unmute yourself.
You must unmute yourself, Diana or Françoise, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm from the United States originally, so I've been separated from my family for a long time. And I really like the Christmas decorations and lights in Paris. But like Monique said, and where I'm from, a very liberal part of the United States, progressive part, we were very careful to just say happy holidays to people, to not offend people of different religions. So I find personally very interesting to go to different services with people to discover new things. And Paris is very beautiful at this time of year, even though we have a lot of gray skies. And I'm very happy to be with all of you to hear about your different traditions.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. And
Françoise?
François?
Hello, Nothing of special item that could be an interest to the assembly. I think that taking stock of the health situation is not really funny for this moment. And for me, like every Christmas, we just go to the midnight mass, and we have made an artisanal tree for Christmas. Nothing else.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to thank to Diana Smith because she, together with Monique, they offered the International Pan-European English class, and many of our members attended. And it was very interesting and joyful, and so thank you, Diana, for doing that for us. And I hope we will continue and more people will come, because it was nice.
Yeah, we will try to do it some other time, once a month perhaps, if possible.
Yeah, once a month. Yeah.
Thank you. So now I am coming to Dirk Jare, Germany. You are the only one from Germany, so tell us how it is nowadays.
Well, I don't know how it will be in Germany, but I can tell you how it will be in my home. And together with my wife, Annelie, we have a full program, a really full program. And it starts by, it started already by producing cookies for Christmas and for the festivities. That is an old tradition in Germany, which we cherish a lot. And we send little packages to friends and family, and they send us their cookies. So there's a big exchange of cookies. And I am sure that at the end of the year, my weight will be 2 kilos up, because the next feature is that we are going to cook together over 3 days. And we cook everything which we like and which we would like to share with friends and with family, but we eat it all ourselves, because friends and families will not come to our home. But the third feature is that also, which crowds our program over these days, is the arrangement with our family and with our friends and colleagues. We have scheduled, I think, at least a dozen or 2 dozen of Skype sessions with all these people, which we like to be close with them, and we will exchange from morning till night with all of them, and see each other. And the last thing is that we refresh and rewarm our memories of our childhood, when we were so anxious about what will happen, all the lights and the gifts and all that, and that will warm our hearts, and it will be a nice time indeed. And we will all think about you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dirk. So it is similar in our country, that Christmas pastry that we are baking and giving to the friends and so on, sharing it. So now I am coming to Hungary, and I would like to give a floor to Eva and Gabor.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I'm speaking in the name of Hungary to save time, and lovely to see you all before Christmas. It's a lovely idea. Thanks for that. Of course, COVID has an enormous effect on Hungarian Christmas too, because here in Hungary, Christmas, I think, has lost its religious dimension. And Jewish people, Muslim people, Russian people, everybody who are actually not Christians, they celebrate Christmas. It is the day, or rather the evening of love, family feelings, and probably the most important for children, as you were talking about, and also for the elderly people, because a Christmas normally cannot pass without going to see the grandparents. And this makes this day very difficult. Let them live alone somewhere in the country, in a home for the elderly. It's difficult to travel for the only evening, because there is quarantine in Hungary between 8 in the evening and 6 in the morning. Between it's forbidden to go to the streets. And there is now a permission for people only in the night of 24th of December. So they can go to see each other, but with this mask and to keep the so-called social distance. But I'm sure they will hug each other and they will give gifts to each other. And as Dirk said, they will think back to the childhood and they will think back to Christmas when there was no COVID. And they will talk about the next Christmas, then there will be no COVID. So, and let me say just one more sentence, because unfortunately I have a pain in my teeth. So I got an appointment to the dentist just today at 12 o'clock. So sorry, I have to leave this gorgeous meeting at 11:30. But before that, I would like to drink for your beautiful Christmas, wishing you a lovely evening, Happy New Year, and hope to see you next year again in the name of Eva. Cheers for everybody. I drink for you. Bye-bye.
So, cheers.
Thank you.
So thank you, Eva and Gabor. And we have Iceland with us. Gisli, unmute yourself, please.
First of all,
yeah,
hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nice to see you all. The situation in Iceland is relatively good. We have one of the lowest COVID-19 infections in Europe. And in the nursing homes which I'm running, we will have people being able to visit for 2 hours a day. So it's not so bad for the people there. And the vaccination will start next Wednesday, next week. And we will vaccinate all the residents in the nursing homes in Iceland for the first time, and then in the second time 2 weeks later. So the situation in the nursing home will get much better just middle of January. So the situation is quite okay. I don't know if you see the picture with me.
Oh,
is there a picture in your screen?
Yes, we can see it.
This is from my personal notes. Last Saturday, me and Alda, my wife, we celebrated Christmas with our children. We are allowed to come together, 10 people, and we have 7 children, and then we have 6 grandchildren. And they were all here last Saturday, and it took a while to get the picture of the children. But they are from the year, they're 2 years old, 3 of them. 2 were born this year and 1 was 5 years old. And then there are 5 more coming. So we will probably have 8 grandchildren next year. So we're very rich and very happy, feeling well, missing you all a lot. And we're looking forward to see you hopefully next year somewhere. So Merry Christmas from Iceland to all of you. And I just have water in my glass, no wine. Yes.
Thank you, Gisli. So it is a big hope for EURAG, because Gisli's grandfather was the founding member of EURAG. So now to seeing your grandchildren, so they will be the followers, and hopefully next members of EURAG. So now I am going to Italy. Dario Bracco, is he with us?
Good morning, and all the best wishes for the next Christmas and New Year. We are now facing 2 very interesting challenges. First, try to stay Italian at home. It's very difficult because Italian people are used to travel, to go around in the street, etc. Stay at home, it's a very big trial today. And the second is to
decrease the number of parents around the table on Christmas. So this is very easy to solve because we start to celebrate Christmas tomorrow. So we devise tomorrow 2-3 children each time, and so I don't know what happened with my weight at the end of this holiday. But Italy is now the first in Europe concerning the death. You are the elderly people who stay in the hospital. Maybe there are help to pass away because there are no intensive care enough for all. It means that about this smiling thing, the situation here is very, very, very complicated, and even because Italy is different from north and south. So if you think that we are close in our home with 3-5 degrees below zero, and the Sicily is 15-20 degrees, and the people go to sea. So it's difficult to merge this use and costume on all of the country. Concerning the serious situation, we are now organizing 2 groups of studies. One concerning the new nursing home. And now we call senior housing. It's not like the old nursing home. It's quite something like better, modern, etc. And the second is the conflict between the generations, which seems to be the next challenge to approach. Each old man, each young man has 5 old people on the shoulder. So it's very, very complicated social and economical point of view. This is what we are looking for. Give our contribution in the future. We are a very big group now concerning university and the social people and economical people. So this is looks good concerning new project. I wish you all my best for the future for this holiday, but I have to leave because I have another webinar at 11.
So thank you, Dario.
And I am happy to see you in a good health and with a glass. I don't have a glass now, but I simulate a drink with everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
So thank you,
Thank
Dario.
you so much.
And Merry Christmas to you. And now we are coming to Latvia. Latvia, Terazia Makare and Alisa Leuse. Where are you?
Hello, hello.
Hello,
We
hello.
are really pleased to meet you all here now. And we just now also are in the midst of COVID extraordinary situation. And just now on just Sunday, the border was closed with Britain, as you know, because they have a new type of really very, very dangerous COVID. And Christmas is a tradition in Latvia because it's in the crossroads of East and West, and we celebrated it as a very merry and nice event. Just now the fir trees are lighted in all the squares of Riga and all the other towns of Latvia, but there are no markets allowed, as you know, and we are not allowed to drink Glintwein in the squares. So the squares and all the town is devoid of people, alas. But we still meet Christmas at homes, and we like this tradition because it just gives a hope for something new happening in the new year, for good, something good, nice to happen. So, and in Latvia, our national dish is grey peas with pork, quite substantial eating, and also our national tradition is to eat snout of the pig. So, and just this year, there would be not allowed gatherings, even in the family, more than 5 persons altogether. So, and but the good thing to happen is vaccination will start on the 27th of December. First for the medical workers and social homes. By the way, you talked about social homes, that you allowed them, just the members of these homes to go to their families to celebrate. In our country, they stay at the homes and they don't even be allowed to meet the guests and to accept gifts, alas. But we all hope that the next year will bring us will part will COVID successfully, and we'll be able to see everybody of you in life. So we will be able to meet together next year. So, and just now here you see our head of the board, Mrs. Matkara, and she also wishes you good luck. Merry Christmas.
Good New Year.
Happy New Year. And we'll hope for the best, the best for everybody.
Thank you so much. I have to remind everybody about our celebration in Vienna. When we had the big meeting of EURAG, and Latvia's delegation arrived with dances and gifts, and so it was so great. So we will never forget that. I just wanted to tell you about those that people are able to go to nursing homes and to their families. We have just started last week a big free testing. Everyone can get a test if he is negative. And it is what opened the possibility that people will be not isolated. They can go to their families, and when they come back, they need a fresh test. And if anyone goes to nursing home, only when, when he takes the fresh test and we see that he is negative. So it opened the possibilities, because we somehow found out that it was too difficult, that social distance for the elderly. So now we changed the rules, but we are at the same time making it safe for everybody. And if they are not negative with that antigen test, then they must go for PCR test. So it is like that, the first checkup. So it is, and it helped a lot to many people, because they were already desperate and in depression and so on. So, all right, so now I am moving to Lithuania, and we are having several girls from Lithuania. So who will start first?
I start first. I hope you hear me.
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Hello to everyone. And I want to say that Lithuanians celebrate this Christmas time very unusual way. The central day is Christmas Eve. And on Christmas Eve, we eat 12 dishes. And some regions, there are 9, because the number of 9 comes from old time. Like Peter told, they have connection to Viking time. We have connection to pagan time. because we were the last pagan who were Christianized in Europe. And I saw one film about what Icelanders eat. And I was very surprised that our Christmas Eve eating were very, very similar. Beans and peas and many salads. It's supposed to be without flesh, without meat.
Meat, yeah.
And without milk, and I don't know, probably not many times from your. May I speak more? Those 12 dishes are very interesting because it begins with communion wafers and maple bread, and then we have probably then we have poppy seed milk. Poppy seeds are very popular, poppy seeds and honey. And small fancy things like bread you eat with poppy seed milk. Probably you can see them. I don't know. How are they to call? I don't know the name of them. Those are very, very small. Usually people bake them bigger. And so then cranberry paste, it's a must. And other things are very, very different. It depends on family. It depends on what you can have. Tablecloth supposed to be white, and if people died this year, for example, so there are plates for them to eat. If you remember very good, if you remember have connection with other family members who died before, you put this table plate on your table too.
Yeah. So Rita, I need to interrupt you because we still have very many people whom I would like to give a floor. So about the other girls from Lithuania, Manefa, do you want to say? Just please keep it short.
Yes. Hello, dear friends. I am happy to have possibility to communicate with you. It's a happy day for me. But about Christmas Eve, I will be not happy because my children will be separated from me. My daughter lives in Germany, son lives in other town, and I will be alone. But I will be not very sad because our hearts will be together. Rita spoke about traditional dishes, about Lithuanian traditions, and I wish you health, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we have one more girl from Lithuania, Virgilia. Are you with us, Virgilia? No. No, she's not. All right. So I am moving to the next country and I will give a floor to Macedonia. Olga.
Hello. I enjoy that you are enjoy, all of you. And no dilemma that direct contact is very important. In 2012, direct contact with Dirk Jarret included me in EURAG now this year because I rediscovered Dirk Jarre by this research of EURAG you have put on the internet, and I use this for my last book about psychology of aging. I am a provenance of Orthodox Church, and we have Julian calendar for celebration of Christmas. This means that we are 13 days after Gregorian celebration you have now. Our celebration is on 7th of January. Before we have New Year, and after some days of family days and children days like this, and Christmas Eve is with fasting food, with a table with white cloth, not Christmas tree, but is a branch of oak tree, light of candle, and very, very much different fruits, vegetables, roast fish, beans, different cooked beans or walnuts, almonds, and like this, honey, and normally wine. We have good wine in Macedonia, and for children is pomegranate juice for this night. Before to eat, we have an invitation with open window, praying God to come for dinner with us, and bread, a special bread with a coin inside, is divided on parts for each member of the family, and for one for God, one for the house, and one for the somebody as guest who will come maybe this night. And the table stay with foods all night because we don't know when God will come. And as children, we have waiting, but in the end, we have been asleep with the long story of grandparents, how it was when they have been children before this. And in the morning, the next day is children from the neighbor coming with singing, and we prepare some package for them. And the next day is Christmas Day with a liturgy, long liturgy in the church, and people who have been fasting for 40 days, they can be with this, how you call, Eucharistia preached. And after is a rich lunch with many different kind of dishes with meat, with cheesecake and salads and raki and wine and like this. And 3 days, consecutive 3 days, we used to greet each other with Christ is born, and the answer is truly is born. Our Christ, this Christmas we call with a diminutive of God, Božić. This means the young God. But for this year, what is different? For example, for my family, no big difference, because we 3 generations are not in grand number. We'll be together for Christmas Eve dinner and for the lunch on Christmas. But this is in the 7th of January. We have not prepared yet nothing. Before is New Year, and New Year was very much celebrated thanks to syndicate of workers. When my father came with a great package for all of us from the syndicate and delayed the New Year. This was not the Christmas package, but another kind of package. And now what to say? I hope that, I hope, and even I am sure that we will be in direct contact with all of us as EURAG friends. I will know all of you, not only Dirk Jarret, we call him Jarret, I don't know the pronunciation, Jarret or Jarret, I don't know, but for us it's Jarret. And I wish you first Merry Christmas, after is the wish of Happy New Year, and after is our wish with this Christ is born, and you will answer truly is born. All the best for all of you. Thank you.
Sounds great. A lot of celebrations.
Dana, put on your microphone. We can't hear you.
Who is Dana? Yeah, Dana, your microphone.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, yep. And his wife, Margaret, Netherlands.
Thank you, Dana. Dear friends, it is a pleasure to meet you all in this meeting, especially Elizabeth and Helen and John, because it is nice to see you again and know that you are fast in a closed country. So very welcome in our meeting on this week. First of all, we wish you a very good Christmas days in the hope of the light of the little child, but also in the light of good working vaccines the next year. The situation in the Netherlands is bad. We have a lot of infections, around 11,000 a day, and we have around 60 died persons a day in totally from March until now, past 12,000. So the situation is not good. That's the reason we have a strong lockdown. Only visitors on Christmas Day, 2 visitors, no more. We have only food shop opens and not other shops. Churches are not open also at Christmas time. So the situation is not good here. But through all the situations, the vaccinations start the 8th of January. First of all in nurses' homes, and we hope in the months after January also other people, in the hope that we have with the summer holidays the situation that we can go back to normal, a little bit back to normal. Through all of this, we wish you a very good Christmas days and with a lot of perspective in the next year. So happy days and a good new year. Thank you.
Thank you, Jaap. And we are moving to Poland. Grazina, where are you?
Yes, I am here. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Nice to see you all. I have changed my background to the more winter landscape because Christmas is connected for us in Poland with snow, but we have unfortunately no snow. It is raining outside, and it is also a big change in the climate because for the previous, I don't know, 3 years we haven't real snow during winter in Poland. and that's why I wanted only to have this this snow on the picture. As to the Christmas customs in Poland, we the most important day is Christmas, is the whole Christmas time, but we meet on the Christmas Eve, and it is the important dinner which we have always with the nearest family, and the special traditional dishes, which are, as I think, very similar to those in Lithuania, because we have also very close relations, historical relations, and also the dishes are similar when we would consider this. It is typical, we should traditional have 12 dishes, where the fish is at the first place, but also the other dishes. And when Dirk was talking about cooking, we are cooking always at the Christmas time. This is the time of cooking and then eating. And that's why it is connected in our minds and in our everything what we connect with Christmas is in spite of tradition and religious traditions, it is also smells and tastes. And it is always when we smell these special dishes and taste the dishes, it is the Christmas time, because some of the dishes we eat actually only at the Christmas Eve. During the whole year, this is the special Christmas Eve time. This is this year, of course, we have also some restrictions. We can't meet in the bigger groups. That's why a lot of persons celebrate only in the small family, together with a small family family group, but you know, it will be more restrictions after the Christmas, because before New Year's Eve, it will be forbidden to go out at the December the 31st, and this New Year's night, and it will be forbidden to go out actually after the, I don't know, 6 o'clock in the evening. I don't know how it will be going, but it is at the moment the information about this restriction. We try to be just to live with this situation, and just to wait for the better time, to do as good as possible and as much as possible together with the families, with friends, and to get in touch. We are in touch with the seniors with whom we are working, and all the time we talk about different things and problems, and this is very similar as in other countries, also in Poland, and I can only wish you all also a very happy Christmas and all the best for the new year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Grazina. And now we are moving to Russia, and I don't know if you noticed that Lyudmila, who is present today, is showing us the streets of St. Petersburg all the time. Have you noticed it? So it's absolutely amazing. So thank you, Lyudmila. And I am giving you the floor. Where are you? How are you? You are walking, or you are in the car, or in the public transport? I could see you. Lyudmila, it is your turn. Can you unmute yourself? Monique, can you unmute her?
I don't think I cannot do it. Wait a minute. She has to do it.
Sorry, very good, very good.
I'm going to House of Project, and on the street, very lovely. I have very, very little English, but I wish you and everybody healthy, happy, and enjoy for life. Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving us such exciting moments to see what is going on in St. Petersburg right now. And what about Irina? Is she with us, Irina?
No, I don't see her.
Yeah, all right.
Irina,
So,
no. Irina, yeah, there is a Irina, but it's an
Irina Barbashtian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Irina, where are you?
She must unmute herself. She's mute. Wait a minute. She's mute. I cannot unmute her. I can only ask her to unmute, but Irina, you have to unmute yourself. I cannot do it for you. And
Dana.
Yes. Yeah. So what about Irina, Svetlana?
I think that she switched off her microphone, but she's here. I also see her, but maybe
tell her in Russian to unmute. No, but she probably can't hear us, so we can't help. So Svetlana.
She left. Yeah. She left.
Okay. Svetlana Hansen, it is your turn. Svetlana is from St. Petersburg, Russia.
Yeah, good day to everybody, and thank you for invitation. And first of all, I wish all of you the cozy days in the eve of the Christmas, the cozy days with your families, first of all. And tomorrow we will celebrate New Year with our volunteers of House of Project. And we will maybe share with my members the impressions from this meeting, I sure. Here you know that we have no celebration events at all, but I think that people will gather in the small circles with friends, with their families, in spite of all. And there is no cultural celebrations or official meetings, but people will try to raise their spirit by making preparations for New Year. And fortunately, there is a good tendency of sickness. So not so much sick people now here in the hospitals. We believe in the positive tendency in very close future. And I hope also, and my colleagues, that the next year we at last will go to our international exchange tour to Prague and we could enjoy our cooperation, international cooperation, with very open eyes, and we could touch each other. And it's my wish for this new year. And I wish all of you happy new year without all diseases, without any lockdowns, and with only positive events. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Svetlana. And we are so pleased to have you with us. And now I am moving to Slovakia. Aneta Zubekova.
Oh. Yes, do you hear me? Do you hear me? Okay. Yeah. Okay, I would like to bring you some brief report from my country, from Slovakia. Christmas for us is very important time for celebrating, for meeting of families. We have some traditional dishes during Christmas dinner, which is regionally different. As a starter, we used to eat special Christmas waffles with honey. As a soup, there is some regional differences. In Western Slovakia, we used to eat sauerkraut soup with smoked meat, mushrooms, and dried plums. In Middle Slovakia, it's another. They prefer lentil soup. In Eastern Slovakia, they used to eat as a soup mushroom soup. As the main meal, we used to have fried carp with potato salad from boiled potato with vegetable, usually onion, carrot, and pears, and with mayonnaise. That's traditional. As a cake, we used to have gingerbread and Christmas stars with cinnamon and others. But in modern time, it is a little bit another. Instead, carb is salmon and so on. But this is traditional picture. Concerning the second question, how it is in pandemic time. We are after whole country testing, repeating in the regions where it was with bad results. Last time it was repeated in the city of Trenčín, the situation is worse and worse. The hospitals are full of patients, and the government decided 19th of December to apply lockdown with some exceptions, to go to food shop, to pharmacy and services, and to visit one family. And there is a problem which family to prefer to other family. I tried to realize some survey among my friends and colleagues, and they solve it in several times, either to have meeting with a glass of wine and coffee, or to prepare some round table for whole family, or to one Christmas day to visit one family, second other family. But it strongly depends from the health conditions, from how the family is after testing negative. And the same situation is for houses of seniors. It is possible to visit your senior as a member of family with negative test. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I can only add that because Slovakia was a part of Czechoslovakia, so we have the same Christmas dinner, carp and potato salad, and sometimes people replace it with Wiener Schnitzel. So now we are moving to Slovenia. Jožika Puhar.
Hello to everybody. First, thanks for organizing this wonderful meeting before Christmas and New Year. It's very important for us to act like a big European family. As Slovenia concerns, first some general information. The situation is not good. It's a lot of people passing away every day, but the number is now declining slowly day to day. This week we are open. Lockdown is abandoned for until Christmas. Then we'll be locked down again. And there's a lot of complaining because of the school children that cannot go to the schools. The psychologists estimate that there will be very serious repercussions on the young generation. What our union federation concerns, one of my colleagues is positive, so we are all who met her, we are in isolation. I'm in isolation also, and it will last to Christmas, you know, and I cannot go out to buy something else, and so I'm dependent a bit of my family. I don't know if you know that Christmas is in Slovenia last 30 years of former stately holiday. It is not only Christian holiday, it is also stately holiday. So that, but this year there will be no general celebration and open air, and somewhere also people cannot go to the Christmas mass, you know, because they are forbidden to organize. I cannot say much about food we have for the Christmas or New Year. It's only important we have as a sweet putita. It is very known. Putita, some special cake, you know, which is well known. The people who are more advanced say, oh, it's from the past times, but it still works and we still like it for the Christmas evening and for the lunch and so on, also for the New Year. At the end, I would like to wish you all the best for next year, without masks, without COVID, and with a lot of success and many new things. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. And now I would like to give the floor to Elizabeth Skletter from the United Kingdom.
Hi, and thank you very much. It's wonderful to be a part of Europe, for in a few days' time we will leave the Union, although of course EURAG is much more than just the European Union, which is great. I just want to say two things, and I'm sure John and Helen will be talking about the UK. I was sad not to speak to Irina Vavashtian because my husband is Armenian, and I wanted to say a little about the celebrations that we have as a family, but sadly not this year because we will be on our own. The Armenian Church is an apostolic church, not Orthodox like Olga, but our Christmas is the 6th of January, the Feast of Kings. So the Armenians celebrate New Year when they exchange presents. And in New Year, the special food is anushabur, which is translation is a sweet soup, which is boiled wheat with apricots and sultanas and sugar. And it is like a 3-day event because my mother-in-law, who very sadly died this year, used to boil up the wheat and then put it in the duvet overnight so that it's swelled up. And then you add the sugar and you boil again, and it becomes quite a performance. It is a family, you do it all together. But this year also with my Italian friends, and maybe I'm not sure, Jožička, whether you also have it in Slovenia, I spent Saturday making gubana. And this is also a huge effort. And this is an enriched dough. It comes from the northeast of Italy. It is an enriched dough filled with alcohol-infused nuts, fruit particularly. And I can tell you it is wonderful. But typically the Italians don't do things by half. They don't just make one. The recipe was enough for 4 gubanas of 800 grams each. So I think it will be in the fridge. It's also to, like Dirk was saying, to give to friends, etc. So that's how I've been spending my Christmas. And as a good Scot, New Year is important for us. So we will be having the other thing at New Year, which as a Scot we used to make what we call black bun. And when originally my Scottish recipe for black bun talked about Jamaica pepper, and I went all over London trying to find Jamaica pepper. Nobody had it until somebody said, oh, you mean allspice. So which is, and in fact, at the moment, because of COVID, we are not getting the spices from the Caribbean, and you cannot find allspice at all in the shops. So we have to I found a recipe that says something that's almost like allspice, but of course isn't the same. But black bun is just currants and spice wrapped up in pastry, and it is lovely. So wishing you all, it's an hour earlier for us, so I'm still on my breakfast tea. Wishing you all a very happy Christmas, and for all of us, a better 2021. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. And now I would like to give the floor to Helen and John Ball, who are our new old members, whom we lost for several years, and now they are coming back. So it is a proof that EURAG is an alive organization which is attracting people because of its unique atmosphere, unique position. And it is what I had to explain to H platform when I was informing them that we are departing from H platform, and they wanted to know why we don't want to stay there. And I said, because we are an international organization with a very unique mission, and we are ready to cooperate with you, but we feel that we are somehow a very special and very personal group of people, community, like something like a family, what we are used to say. And it is a proof, this meeting today is a proof. And it is also a proof that John and Helen are coming back. So welcome, the floor is yours.
Right, thank you very much for the kind words. Very happy Christmas to all of you. And when I say happy Christmas, it's not particularly a religious greeting. I mean, in England, I think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is a song better known to most people than, say, Silent Night, though Silent Night is very popular. So it is a festival which is based around Christianity, but Muslims and Sikhs join in. My next door neighbour, who is Muslim, sends a happy Christmas card, and it's a multi-faith one. This year is going to be totally different to any we've had before, even during the war, because on Sunday our government announced we can't go anywhere unless it's absolutely essential. We can only meet one person in the open air, which means families can't visit. And altogether, there's not much one can do except sit at home watching the television or Skype nice people, as we're doing now. But it's going to be absolutely weird not being able to see friends and family unless you happen to live with them. And many people are very upset about this, because only a week ago the government was saying we're going to have 5 days at Christmas with no restrictions. People went out and bought some people went out and bought a mountain of meat, in particular a big turkey is popular these days. And now they find they've got to eat it all themselves because they can't share it because nobody can go around. So it will be something to look back on in the future and be glad we survived, and glad to see the back of it as soon as possible. Hopefully, all the vaccines will be effective because we're injecting people very freely in the UK, and hope to have most of the population, the older and vulnerable people, done by February. And the hope is that by doing that we will get rid of the bug slowly. Anyway, very happy Christmas to everybody. It's lovely to see you all again. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen and John. We are very, very pleased that you returned to EURAG. And now I have the last member, or the last name on my list, and it is Galina Polyakova from Ukraine.
Thank you. So I am happy to see you all, and I want to congratulate you with the holiday. Actually, as it was told already, we as Orthodox Church, we celebrate the Christmas in January. However, perhaps the biggest holiday is the New Year. And how shall we celebrate? So COVID is everywhere. But for us, these days are very busy because on the request of several village councils, we made procurements and purchased food and sanitation items for people aged 70 plus and who live in the so-called buffer zone. This is a narrow strip of territory close to the contact line. Unfortunately, this is still engagement zone, and so still there is shooting. So we we started the mission tomorrow. And this will be about 15 tons of food and sanitation, hygiene, masks, and all these things. They will visit 12 villages, a heavy truck and several jeeps and a minivan, because the roads don't exist there. For me, this is a bit a very nervous time, because my grandson will join this convoy with his friends as volunteers, and this evening they leave on the overnight train to Slaviansk, to Donbass. Of course, I'm still nervous because this is still engagement zone. But we know young blood must have its course led, and every dog its day. So boys must become men somehow. So I hope for the best, and I also hope that these our Christmas or New Year presents will help several hundred older persons who are alone in their villages. This is a very difficult zone, and younger people have left these places. Only older people stay, and are they stubborn? No, I don't know, but they don't want to leave their homes. I can understand that. So let's hope that all the hardships and all the tears will soon be forgotten, and we hope for the happy 2021. And I wish you all peace and happiness. Bye.
So thank you, Galina, so much. We can see that your role is absolutely essential and so important for many people in that war zone in Ukraine, and we admire you for all your efforts. And also Galina agreed to arrange the next EURAG meeting, which should happen in reality in the beginning of April, but as the situation looks now, it will probably again not happen, and we will be forced to replace it with a virtual meeting. But you probably agree, all of you, that we are somehow getting used to this form of communication, and we also find that it is so easy to come together, to see each other on the screen, and to just share our thoughts and our opinions on different topics. And it is one positive aspect of this coronavirus time that we are going through, that we learned the new ways of communication. And in this moment, I would like to thank to Monique Epstein, because she was that one who said to Dirk and to me that we should start with Zoom meetings, and we were somehow hesitant in the beginning with Dirk, because we even didn't know if you are technically equipped for that and if you are interested. So the first meeting was something like a guinea pig for us, but it worked out so beautifully. So at this moment, I would like to thank you, and I would like to give the floor to Monique, because she is supposed to guide that general discussion now. And Monique, I will check the time, maybe 15 minutes, and then the last 15 minutes we will give the floor to Dirk, because we will also, it will be combined with our toast and with just, the last speech of this year of our president. So Monique, the floor is yours.
I'm here, but wait a minute. I just want to check if who is Virgilia, who appears twice on the list. Virgilia, I see twice. Who is
Virgilia? I can see her only once.
Once.
She's only one girl.
Okay.
But Irina, who couldn't make it, maybe she can make it now, because Elizabeth was so sorry that she couldn't hear, she couldn't listen to her. But now Irina is there, maybe she is able to speak. If you give her a floor, I can see her there.
Yeah, of course she can try.
Irina?
You must unmute her.
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Irina. No. So maybe we are ready for general discussion.
Can I just say that that Virginia is there and can speak if I think she's okay.
Yes, I okay, but my microphone is working bad. Sorry.
Yeah, I see. Thank you. Yeah, the noise. Yeah, so we can't. Yeah. All right. So sometimes there are technical problems that we can't overcome. Yeah.
Perhaps Virginia can write in the chat in her own language.
Oh, she can do it in English as well. Yeah. So, Monique, will you take over the general discussion?
Yeah, okay. So everybody had the floor or no? I hope so. I mean, if somebody, I think so, that everybody had the floor, had the possibility to speak. If not, it's the time to to say it now. Okay, anyhow, otherwise. Good. So as I told before, I'm going to send out to everybody some email with an online questionnaire. In fact, two questionnaires. One is for individual members and one is for organizations, because I understood that in EURAG there are individuals and organizations. The difference between both is that, for instance, organization might have a logo, might have a website, and might have a description, objective, and so on. And as an individual, it's a bit different. It's a little less information needed. But we'll see. If it doesn't work like like we prepared it, we can improve it. It's not a big thing. The idea is it's just to collect the information and to be able then to make in hopefully new website that Roland and myself want to try and propose. To have some page about one of the web pages which will be dedicated to members and which will have updated information. Okay, so I suppose Dirk is going to tell us about the next EURAG general meeting, and depending on that, Dana and myself and Diana might propose another what we call pan-European English conversation. We might do that once a month eventually, if it works out well. And okay, so, as you know, some people did not make it today, so we are missing two countries, perhaps more. I just think about Israel, who is not there, and about Switzerland, who is not there today. So we already have a bunch of countries. We could have even two more, but anyhow, that's it. Okay, I think I'm going to give the floor to Dirk. I suppose he will agree with me that we don't have to wait to finish the 2 full hours if nobody else wants to talk afterwards. Yeah. We can just finish. I mean, it's not so important. Okay, so Dirk.
I would like to say a word, if I can. Yeah, so because we really don't know for how long it will go on, you know, this pandemic. And we hope we hope that it will be a short process. But now it looks that we might go on till the mid-year, you know, 2021. So we have been also with Monique thinking about that I could maybe offer some memory training classes, which are not ideal, you know, because memory training is an interactive workshop. This is a little bit too too idle, you know, to see you only, but better something than nothing. And maybe that Siri, who is oriented and focused on people suffering from dementia, she could also share some of her exercises, methods, approaches with us. So maybe we can even offer something more than just these general Zoom meetings when we are discussing the serious topics. So if someone else can come up with some other ideas, it just, you know, who would be interested, who would have time, could join. So just to somehow to fill the time when we are not able to see each other in person, that we would think up some other activities. So just keep it in your mind. And now I am giving the floor to Dirk.
Before that, I think it is a nice idea the next time to make some music for each other.
Yeah,
when we have the possibilities,
yeah.
we can do it.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. And Tiap and Margaret would be the first one to perform. Oh, it would be great. Thank you. Good idea. Yeah. And
Milos already started to make some music.
Yeah.
Today. Well, dear friends, I must say I'm very impressed again by this virtual meeting which we have today. For me personally, it is a great gift. It is my Christmas gift from you, that I could see you all, that I could listen to you, and that you could enrich me. And I must say, when I stop this meeting, I will be extremely hungry. Because all the menus which you described, well, that puts water into my mouth. You may know that I come from a very diverse family. My roots are in France. The other part of my family came from Sweden and went to Moscow, and so there's also a Russian connection. I grew up, Olga, with a babushka. I couldn't understand that other young people, kids like me, didn't have a babushka. For me, that was a treasure. That was very, very important. And she formed my way of life and thinking by Russian philosophers, by the music, etc., etc. But my family also comes from England and so on. So I enjoy whatever is multicultural, whatever brings together people from the diverse parts of the world. You know that I've lived for 10 years in Africa and could enjoy the customs and the way of life and thinking and how to see the world there. So this family which I have with you is a multidimensional and a multicultural and a multi-traditional and a multi-human family. And as I said, this is a great gift for me. Now, as we approach the end of the year, I would like to encourage you to stay optimistic, to cherish hope. Hope is something which guides us through life, because with hope we can overcome all the bad situations, the difficult things, the barriers, etc. We can always hope and trust in ourselves and trust in our families and trust in our friends, etc. That is so, so important. And when we say, yes, we go optimistically into the next year, I'm absolutely convinced that it will become, after all, a very good year. I must say, even 2020 was not a bad year. It has had great difficulties, but when I compare that with other times of our lives, I was born in 41. I've still lived a little bit of the Second World War, like some of you have too. The times were so much more difficult. They were so much more dangerous. They were so much less enjoyable. We couldn't communicate like that. We could not see each other. Let's be thankful. Let's be thankful for what we have, that we have each other, that we have a common thinking, a common vision of a society which is a friendly society, not only for the older people, but for everybody, and particularly for the youngest, which grow just up. We have seen, I was very pleased when I saw the picture of the sofa of the Gisley parents or grandparents with all these beautiful, nice kids. That is also, it is trust and hope and optimism that they will carry on the world when we have gone. But we would like to stay with them for a long time still. We would like to enjoy their presence in our life and share things with these children, small children, but also with each other, with ourselves, with our partners, with our families, with our friends, etc., etc. So I would like to end this year by saying, well, it's not a bad year. It's always what we make out of it, how we position ourselves and enjoy the good moments which we had and leave the bad moments, well, yes, that is for the family album, but we shouldn't forget it. But we should look forward into the future and shape this future. And that is what EURAG is all about. Help to shape the future of this society, of this European society, to make it a really friendly society. From which part of this continent we come, from which religion, background, traditions, etc. we come, there's something which unites us, and that is the common thinking, the common hope, the common optimism, and the looking into the future, and that we are aware that we are still important to shape this future. Every one of us. You and you and you and you and even me. Thank you very much. I have filled my glass. Where's my table? Here is my glass. It is red wine. It is red wine from northern Italy. And I would like to give a toast to us, to our society, to our future. Enjoy the coming days and hop joyfully into the next year. Salud, cheers, na zdrowie, whatever
Skål. Skål.
Well,
Prost.
yes.
All the best for that.
Zdrowie.
Goodbye.
So, may I have the last word?
No.
Please, please. It is so important. So
Women always have the last word. You can't.
Ooh, be careful, be careful.
yeah, of course. So what I wanted to do is can you hear me? Oh, can you hear me? Yeah. So
Yes.
I wanted to tell you that the positive mind is increasing the level of immunity. And I think that this meeting contributed tremendously, dramatically to the increase of our immunity. And one more event that we can expect in the next year, and it will be probably virtual, will be the celebration of a round birthday of our president. And Dirk, we would like to celebrate it with you. We will have such meeting and we will toast you. Thank you for being such a good president. Thank you to all of you for being such good members of the EURAG community. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All the best for you. All the best.
Good luck to everybody.
All the best to everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
So,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. So good to be with you. So it is so touching. So
I suppose we have a next meeting in January, but we have to set the date. We didn't.
yes, we will work on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm toasting you with Chablis. Skål.
Skål.